Hey, Mystic Michaela, spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela. Today, it is Aura About You. We are talking about some aura gift-giving guides. Find that perfect gift for that perfect aura color person in your life. We're going to talk about some listener stories in aura color, and we're going to do some straight-up confirmations for listeners just like you. But first, hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so this week was a big week for me. You know, I'm indigo. I don't like talking about myself. It feels so awkward. But What's My Aura came out. I wrote this book. I manifested it so flippin' hard. I couldn't have done it without your encouragement, Scott. Literally, this book, I wouldn't be looking at it if it weren't for you.
Well, I'm very proud of you. That's all I can say. I know this is, you've wanted this for a very long time. You know, I wanted this for you for a very long time.
Yeah. And
this was the week it came out. What's My Aura by Mystic Michaela, Megan Firester. Just incredible. Incredible.
You.
The book is incredible. I also want to say Simon & Schuster, the publisher, I don't think they spared any expense with this book.
Yeah.
The pages, I don't know what type of
they're
material.
Glossy.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
It's a big deal. Like, we're all like, oh my gosh, the pages are glossy. And there's a lot of color.
Yeah, it seems like they really put money into it.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
It really is my vision. And just a little backstory, like our life, I've always felt misunderstood. I think I've always just felt misunderstood, kind of how I appear and what I look like on the outside. A lot of people don't see me, and I've created a lot of good things out of that in my life, of course, because, you know, you make do. I mean, I created this wonderful community with the Mystic Michaela spiritual family. And I think a lot of us in the community can relate to not feeling understood or not feeling like we fit in, which is good. And that's a blessing, because I don't feel misunderstood to you all, and you don't feel misunderstood to me. Like, we get each other. But out there in the world, it's like, it's almost like no one flipping gets it. So when I started talking about auras, no one really understood. Like, I'm not just talking about pretty colors around you, okay? Like, I'm talking about how this is your energetic signature, how this affects your communication, your life purpose, the choices you make, your relationship with yourself and spirit, your relationship with the world around you, money, motivation, like everything, how your signature expresses itself in all areas of your life. And I feel like nobody ever understood that. So when this book came out, and I knew it's been coming. I known it's been coming out for a while, but seeing it, it's like, oh my gosh, holy cow! Like, I did it. Like, even if people look at the cover and they're like, oh, it's probably just red means passion or something superficial. At least it's out there for the person that's like, you know what? I'm going to take a look at the table of contents and be like, oh, wait a second. It's talking about how, what do you mean auras have anything to do with your creativity? What do you mean auras have anything to do with love or your relationships with family? Like, what do you mean? For that person that takes a minute to crack the cover, at least they'll get it. But just the opportunity to have this platform to put what I've been meaning to say out there in an organized way means so, I can't even, I don't know, I don't think I have words right now. But right now it's just a lot of wow, like cool. And I couldn't have done it without a bunch of people that feel the way I do. You know, the Mystic Michaela spiritual family. I couldn't have done it without all of your support out there. And also without my Scotty, who was repeating to me for years in his red aura way, you need an aura book. You need an aura book. You need an aura book.
Yeah.
But that helped.
Yes,
because I was like, I do. Because usually I'm one to kind of brush things under the carpet, but then Rebecca at Adams Media, who's an imprint of Simon & Schuster, she understood it too, and that's how this came to be. So
just I mean it's an incredible story, and it's funny because I also, you know, like, I've done my research on topics. You know, I've looked up chakras, and I've looked up shadow work, and I've looked up all these topics that we discuss. I don't know what are some of these other ones.
Tarot,
Ashkazi Records, whatever that one's called.
Right.
all of these things. The cults, everything. I've done my research. I also did my research on auras.
Yeah.
And I've actually never given my research on auras. And what I've noticed when I was doing that is it always was that kind of simplistic thing where, there's red means this, there's pink means this, green, whatever, other different colors that, like gold and silver. I saw people talking about that. But this book that you wrote, you took, I think in the field of auras, you took it to the next level. You took it to a different level that does not exist or did not exist before you started doing this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's in this book. You've taken the field of auras and you've expanded upon it and jumped it to another level.
Right.
And there might be people that come along and expand off of that. Yeah. I have no idea in the future.
Right.
But that's what you've done with this.
Yeah.
And that's incredible.
That's what I wanted to do, because it's more than just,
it's
Blue,
your life's
you're
work, so.
compassionate and loyal. Like, what the heck does that mean?
Right.
What
does that do for you?
What does that do for you? Like, let's talk about what that does for you at work, in a relationship with yourself, in your own thought process. This is how you manifest, like, in your psychic abilities. That's what I go into in this book. And, I'm just thankful that this happened this week, around this holiday time, and thankful for my Scotty.
Yes, and thanking every single person that took the time to post a story, to write a comment, just to purchase it.
Thank you.
So many of you did it, and
appreciate it.
We're extremely grateful and thankful for all of you that decided to purchase the book or even write a comment or whatever it was.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, and your reviews and just anything you do. I hope you know the impact it has on me is very, very significant, and I appreciate you.
I just have to tell this quick thing.
Okay.
So I don't know. This might be a record. I think I might hold the record, or this person might hold the record.
Okay.
I was in my discussion group on Monday night discussion group with Katie and Tina.
Yeah.
She told me that she bought 27 copies of the Angel Numbers book.
Tina!
Now, that number could have went up since now.
I love you.
But she bought 27 copies of the Angel Numbers book. I don't know if I bought 27 copies. Simon & Schuster.
I think you have.
Simon & Schuster gives you 50.
Yeah.
They give us 50 copies to start, and I probably bought close to another 25, 30. Maybe I did get to 27.
Tina.
But 27 copies. She's already bought 6 copies of What's My Aura.
Aw, Tina.
And when she told me, I was like, what? You bought 27 copies? I mean, you must have a lot of friends. And she's like, yeah. I think she's, it's a great gift or whatever. Or she thinks of someone and then she buys it,
That's
I guess.
so sweet.
That number could be higher right now. But that was
that
pretty
made me
good.
emotional.
And there could be other people that bought. I know there's tons of people that bought double digits.
I
don't know if 27 is a record or not.
I mean, I just appreciate it. Somebody was telling me that a couple people with this book there said I made the order at the library, and I'm like, thank you so much. Like, that's so sweet to actually take the time to call the library and request that they have that in there. I mean, wow, that
amazing.
It just makes me
and I love also that I'm sure this book will be too. The Angel Numbers and Psychic Workshop, people will find them in their local crystal shops and those kinds of stores. It isn't, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, but I love when they find them in those local spots.
Me too. I always ask for pictures if you see them in the local. I say out in the wild, out there. Show me the pictures, because it's neat to see them in the little niche shops.
Yeah,
and stuff.
someone I think Meredith. She's from British Columbia, Canada, and she found one in her local shop on. I think it was on the island we went to this summer. It was that island of Victoria.
Oh, okay.
And then their local bookshop, they had the copy.
So cool.
She showed me the picture. So I love that. It's great stuff.
It's fun.
All right. So when we come back, obviously the best gift to give is this book, What's My Aura? But we're going to talk about a gift guide in aura color. But first, Wild Grain.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
This episode of Know Your Aura is brought to you by your favorite. It's brought to you by Wild Grain.
My favorite. I have to tell you, right before this episode, an email came through, and I get tons of emails.
So many.
But
so popular. Really?
Well, for the practice, not to me. They're actually really all for you. But anyway, but my favorite email to possibly get is when Wild Grain says an order. I don't know what's in it because I don't order it myself. You do all the ordering.
I do. And
you work with them to do it. But I don't know what's going to be in this one. Maybe the chocolate croissants.
Yeah.
My favorite, the sourdough loaf.
Oh, I know.
Any croissant. Basically anything they put in that box, I'm eating it, and I love it.
You've never not eaten or loved anything from the wild grain box.
That is 100% correct. There's nothing more true than that.
I don't know. Like, that is honesty right there.
I'm actually looking out the window, just waiting for this box to come.
It's coming any minute now.
Yeah.
It's coming today. Because every item from Wild Grain bakes from frozen in 25 minutes or less. There is no thawing required. So you get the box, it comes frozen, you stick it in the freezer, and when you're ready, that's it. You stick it in the oven in 25 minutes or less. There you go. You have your really amazing quality food, and you can now fully customize your wild grain box. So you can get any combination of breads, pastas, and pastries you like. If you want a box of all bread, all pasta, or all pastries, you can have it. Plus, for a limited time, you can get $30 off the first box, plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/KYA to start your subscription. You heard me. Free croissants in every box and $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/KYA. That's wildgrain.com/KYA, or you can use promo code KYA at checkout. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
All right, so Dr. Shelby, who makes the most amazing graphics for us, and the Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family Graphics Committee made the 2023 Gift Giving Guide in Auracolor. There are 9 specially picked gifts for each Auracolor listed in this guide. By the time you're listening to this, you can go check out at Know Your Aura Pod or at Mystic Michaela, and they'll be up there for you to peruse. But Scott and I are going to go through some of these now. You know we have a graphics committee, Scott?
I did know that, actually.
Yeah.
I did know that. I'm not sure. I know there's a lot of people on it.
Yeah.
I know there was like they opened it to whoever wanted to join for a while.
Dr. Shelby opened it to whoever.
And I think there was about 30-something people on it.
It's closed now.
Maybe still. It's closed?
Yeah, it's
so I
closed
can't get
now.
I want to get on that.
No,
I can't.
You can't.
I
It's
can't.
closed.
Kind of
And
like
she's yellow, so
you have to be
rules
a certain,
are rules.
You have to be a certain aura color. Like there's a pink chat which you can't get on.
No, it was anybody, and anybody who knew their aura colors, and they do really cool things.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm
what do you want to do?
excited about this one.
I've never seen these before.
Okay, yeah. So
You just send them to me.
I had an idea. I thought that, again, everyone can go look at the gift list themselves, and I highly encourage you to do so because these are some amazing ideas. But I wanted to pick off something off each color, and we'll let you pick it.
Okay.
What you think. All right, so we're looking at the red.
Okay.
So there's 9 things. What would you pick for yourself or somebody else?
All right, well, let's see here. I'm going to do a couple more on this one because it's red.
Okay.
All right, so the first one is respect their wish list.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually the number one thing.
It is so true.
Over everything.
Yeah.
You have to respect what the red is telling you that they want.
Yeah.
No surprises.
No.
Our daughter, Brianna, she's red. And, for the holidays, we don't give too many surprises for her.
She doesn't want them.
She doesn't want them. She gives us what do you call those? The Google Slides presentation.
Yeah.
With every link to everything she wants.
Yes.
And that's basically what we get.
And we talked about this maybe last holiday episode or whatever. Here's my thing with this. You and her would butt heads for a while because you had the thing where you're like, listen, if it's Christmas, I'm purchasing for you what you should get or whatever. And I think what we've discovered about red auras is it's not them trying to control you or anything. It's just they don't want what they don't want. And they have a really hard time giving an inauthentic reaction to something if it's not their thing they wanted. And that's just them being honest.
Right.
So if somebody gives you a wish list, I would respect it, no matter what the aura color is, but especially reds.
Okay.
So that's the first thing on there. Respect the wish list.
All right. Well, the second one on here, we'll preface this here with a couple of Jumanjis. Jumanji. If you're playing at your holiday party. Hopefully not. Lingerie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so for the giver or the receiver.
Yeah.
So I don't want that. I mean,
well, it would be.
This is for a red.
It's really hard for you to, obviously wrap your head around what that means.
Yes, what does that mean?
It means, if you got lingerie, that would be a gift for you in a different context, Scott. Meaning I would wear it.
Oh
my God.
Oh, I thought they meant.
Oh my God. Not that you would wear it.
I thought they wanted me to wear it.
Unless you're into that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it. But that's what that meant for giver or receiver.
Right. I mean, if someone did give that to me, I would say thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I feel like...
I mean, I think I would say thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I
All
love
right.
the cameo from their favorite athlete. Literally, because Brie and I wanted to do this for you so bad. We wanted to get like...
No.
Well, but seriously, think about it. You know that show on HBO Max? What is it? The Mountain Mystery People? What is that called? That show
Mountain Men or something?
that you and her watch, where it's like the
Yeah.
Mountain Men mystery, and they go try to chase the Mothman or Bigfoot, and it's so such a scripted
I think
show.
it's called like Mountain Men, and they just travel around West Virginia looking for monsters.
We wanted to get like
one of them
to give you a cameo.
Do they do them?
Yeah,
Do they?
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be into that.
You're not the typical Red because literally you don't want anything.
Yeah, like there's also a meat smoker on here.
If I gave you that, you'd be like, oh.
What do I do with that? All right,
But you're not. That's just you.
But I think the first one actually really encapsulates the whole Red thing, which is respect their wish list.
Right.
Yeah, because like we're going to do some hiking this summer in North Dakota.
Yeah.
And
that's what
I've asked for some hiking boots and some like pants, like hiking pants.
Green Aura people track pants.
Yeah, because,
like with the zippers.
You know what it is? I try to be green and do these hikes and stuff.
Right.
And usually I just wear my jeans that I would wear if I was going out to dinner.
I know.
The same jeans.
And your sneakers.
Right.
They're running sneakers.
Sometimes I'm a huge social media influencer. Everyone knows that. And sometimes people just write to me in their DMs and be like, he's wearing his jeans. Like,
I forgot. That really affected you because I forgot about that. Because this summer I took pictures of us at Mount Rainier,
right.
and somebody wrote like, "Wow, Scott, you're hiking in jeans."
Yeah,
and it was like you were like, "What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
what's wrong
I've
with
always
that?
hiked in jeans. I mean,
What's
that's
wrong
what you do,
with that?
But I guess not."
And then it became a contemplative thought that came into. You might like a lot of things off the Green Aura list.
That's
then.
right. We'll get to that. So anyway, being this huge monster influencer, I feel these are items I want.
Interesting.
Yes. All right. So let's go to yellow.
Looking at the yellow gift giving guide in Aura Color, this is who I wish I was or I want to be. Because everything on here sounds like a cool idea that I'd never use. Okay. But if you're yellow, you would. So, okay, you're giving a present to somebody who's yellow. Which one do you pick here?
All right. I mean, is this like a person I really know well, or is this like a close person to me? This is like, someone I don't know well.
You know them well.
I know them well? Okay, so the Lululemon to me is that kind of clothes speaks yellow.
Yes, it does.
So I think they would be very happy with that. This is someone I know.
Like a Lulu gift card.
Yeah, or a Lulu gift card.
Yeah, something like that.
And then you got this Bake Me a Cat cookbook. I mean, that might be good for a yellow indigo or something.
That's funny.
The KitchenAid mixer. That seems very yellow.
That's pricey.
A little pricey.
You better know them well.
I better really know you well.
That's a nice gift.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody likes that. If you're me and you get one of those, which I got one of these by basically taking it from my purple mom who wasn't using it, and now I'm a purple and I still don't use it, but it looks so pretty on the counter.
And you must have had a moment of yellow because you told me once. When you got this KitchenAid mixer, it will change our lives forever.
You mean when I grabbed it all dust, like with an inch of dust on it from my parents' house, and they're like, you take it, we don't want it.
Yeah.
And I grab it and I hauled it into our car for the 19-hour ride home, and I'm like, Scott, this will change our life.
For weeks, all I heard was how this is going to change my life. My life's going to be better.
That was my inauthentic yellow talking.
And I'll tell you, I think it's got a new layer of dust on it.
It does.
Once in a while it comes out.
Sometimes it makes banana bread.
All right. All right, let's go to the greens.
Oh, here you go.
All right, giving guide in Aura Color for greens.
I would go here for you just because you're an authentic green wants to be this person. Yes. Like the National Park pint glasses.
Okay, I like that.
You would love that. Like if you got a set of National Park pint glasses, you'd be like, wow, what a great gift.
Yeah, or
like
even
you'd be touched.
Even like a book on the national parks.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Like maps of the national parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely be into that. But again, not green.
I like the Aurora light projector, though. I feel like that's fun for a green. Or a standing desk. They always like stuff like that.
Okay. The weather station app or whatever that is.
That's for your science green. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So this seems pretty accurate for a green.
Now the next one is blue.
Okay.
And you have blue in you.
Yes.
What works for you here? Oh, I can totally see the Therapod. Okay, no, you say it.
Okay.
I don't want to speak for you.
Okay, let me see here.
I know what I'd give you off this list, though.
All right, well, nothing's really coming at me right here.
You don't know what some of them are.
Yeah, because you got anything. Well, there's anything cashmere.
Not for you.
I mean, no. Build-A-Bear Workshop. No. Photo book. No. Tiny Beautiful Things. No. Explore with Spice. No. Friendship Bracelet Kit. Definitely no. The Pasta Tarot Card Deck.
I think a lot of blues would like this, just not you.
The Personalized Family Garden on Etsy. And Therabody Theragun Mini.
Okay.
What's that?
That is the thing you don't know, which I would get you.
That looks dangerous.
Yeah, but you imagine that thing. Okay, Scott, for everybody, a little not known fact is you look so. No, stop. Don't guess right now.
Okay.
Because you're afraid you're going to say something wrong.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
It's a massager.
I'm afraid this
That's
is something with the lingerie.
No.
And
Do you ever see those massagers? They're kind of new and they're really aggressive, though. This would be good on your feet.
Okay.
Because Scott's got bad feet.
Okay. All right. Nowhere else. It doesn't go. I mean,
Scott,
it looks like it could
if
go
you
somewhere
put that
else.
somewhere else, there's going to be a medical problem.
All
If
right.
that's
I'm
what you're
taking
trying
back
to say.
those three Jumanjis that I said earlier. Those are taken back. So that's
Your
this
mind?
This is actually the first time you have to put clothes back on.
This is
three
supposed
times.
to be wholesome, and you just made it weird.
Okay, fine.
Anyways, that's what I get you on there.
All right.
Next.
Indigo.
Purple.
Purple. All right.
Purple.
All right.
I would want all these things.
Okay. Let's see here. We got.
And I'm purple.
Let's see,
Every
we
single
got
thing on here.
Himalayan salt.
I
Yeah.
want those so bad. I want the Himalayan salt shot glasses
The Zodiac socks.
so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, you do that. Not All Diamonds and Roses, a book, I think.
Sure.
Tattoo or piercing? Maybe a piercing.
A piercing.
Maybe
I
piercing.
I want my second holes redone.
Okay.
I just
Magic
haven't gotten around to it.
Mixie's Crystal Balls.
Oh, that's like a toy. It's
Okay.
like from Purple Kids. That's really cute,
for
actually.
kids,
I'd
okay.
like if the kids got it. I'd like to do it with them.
A disco ball planter.
Look how cute
I can
that
see you
is.
doing that. Yeah, maybe a green purple would like that.
That's adorable. A green purple would so love that. The disco ball planter.
Comedy club tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like some comedians. Like,
I do.
Conan,
I do.
Bill Burr.
I do.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
don't like comedy clubs, though.
No, I don't like comedy clubs. Did I ever tell
so much fun.
Did I ever tell the comedy club story?
No.
Okay, so I never told that on the podcast. All right, this episode's gonna get too long, probably. But
That's
all right,
okay.
so it was prom, and after our prom, we went to a comedy club in New York City.
Okay.
And me back then, I was like a goofball. So obviously I'm the heckler.
then.
I'm heckling the comedian. I'm like heckling.
You're like a nice heckler, though, right?
Yeah, I'm a nice heckler. I'm not saying anything mean to him. But of course, me, I'm a goofy looking senior in high school.
Right.
And the guy just starts ripping on me.
You were too easy.
Just too easy. Just because I was poofy hair, skinny.
Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, he didn't go with Ralph Macchio. He went from Vinny. He went with Vinny Del Pino. Now, Vinny Del Pino was Doogie Howser's best friend on the show, Doogie Howser.
Yeah, I
MD.
remember that.
And he kept calling, "Hey, Vinny." So every time he would tell a joke, it always went back to me being Vinny Del Pino.
That's hysterical.
And, yeah, so that was my.
You must have loved it.
I loved it.
You're the person that would love to be made fun of the whole comedy show because then you're part of it.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I didn't mind it. Again, I'm hard to insult, so
that's so funny.
I loved it.
Now we have the pink gift giving guide in Aura color. This is fun too.
Yeah. Okay. So here we got Squishmallows. Are they called Squishmallows? Those are the ones Abby likes, right?
Yeah.
She loves those.
Yeah.
Animal spa headband.
That's fun. These are all fun
Edible
things.
glitter.
Yeah.
High tea reservations.
Ooh,
that's an interesting
that's
one.
a fun one.
The Barbie Dreamhouse candle.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that, right?
That's really funny.
A Candy Club subscription.
Oh, that's fun too.
Fun, too.
See, all these are like my inner child wants everything.
Yeah, I don't want any of these, so.
I like the car lashes, like their eyelashes that go on your headlights. Can you imagine?
All right, let's go to. We got two more colors here.
Okay.
Let's finish them up here. We are going to spend a lot of time on this one. It's for the turquoises.
Yes.
Although we kind of were. We've gone a lot of turquoise lately.
Yeah.
In some of our episodes.
Yes.
But all right, here we go. Turquoises.
We have for Abby.
We have for Abby. Let's see if Abby would like these. Yeah.
She'd want the skincare wand.
Yeah. Skincare wand. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mermaid tights. Yeah.
She'd
wear
those like totally out of context though. I've noticed that turquoises are kind of good like that. Like like mermaid tights with like cutoffs and this unrelated T-shirt, yeah, that matches.
Mermaid, a mermaid terrarium. I think we actually just got that. From her.
Literally just purchased this.
Yeah, we
That's
just got
so
that.
weird.
That's coming. That's one of the gifts.
I bought this. That's crazy.
A meditation mug. Yeah, if she was older.
When she's older, she'd enjoy that.
She'd like that.
Yeah. Oh, the toadstool table and the chairs.
Yeah.
That's
she'd like that.
She'd like that.
Accessories for your van when you take it into the desert and live there for 3 months without telling anyone where you are.
Van accessories.
Van accessories.
Van accessories. Okay.
All right. And our last one for the Indigos.
Oh, I want all these.
These sound like, this sounds like you. The comfy wearable blanket.
Yes.
You have that, don't you?
I feel like everything I purchase is a comfy wearable blanket.
Warmies? I don't even know what that is, but it's like a little doll or something.
I don't know what that is, but okay. The book vase is super cute.
A pet camera? Yeah, you'd want that.
Oh, you can watch the cats all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome. I check them all the time. A tea kettle. I love tea. Strawberry tea kettle. That's cute.
Yeah. The box set of Vampire Diaries, seasons 1 through 72.
Yeah.
The CW.
Well, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. All right.
On the CW. It was on the CW.
Was it on the CW?
Yeah,
I got that
funny.
right? All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're coming back with, we put this on the page, the best holiday stories. These are going to be a real treat from the Mystic Michaela spiritual family.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. So as most of you know, we have 3 rescue cats. There will not be a 4th. We have
sure?
I hope not. I hope not. We have Rocky, we got Binks, and we got Dusty.
Yeah, and this podcast is sponsored by Smalls, and Smalls recently kicked off a partnership with the Humane Society. They've donated over $1 million worth of food to help cats through the Humane Society, and they even give you a chance to donate at checkout, whether you donate $3 for treats, $5,000 for vaccines, or $7 for spaying and neutering. I love Smalls for so many reasons. One of them being that my cats just actually ask for it. They sit around the fridge and they look at me, and because I speak cat and they speak human, I know that they're asking me for their Smalls. And Smalls was started back in 2017 by a couple of guys home cooking cat food in small batches for their friends, and now they're serving millions of meals to cats around the world. Is your cat food giving back to cats in need? Smalls is. So if you want to give Smalls a try and ditch kibble forever, head to smalls.com/KYA and use promo code KYA at checkout for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my code KYA for 50% off your first order. One last time, that's promo code KYA for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. All right, so we thought it would be fun if we got some of these holiday stories from the Mystic Michaela spiritual family on Facebook. And this is the caption I put up, and we got a lot of comments on it. I think over 71 entries came in for this. Give us your best holiday stories. Did something embarrassing happen? Something hysterical? Did you fall in love? Or better yet, is it a story only fit for overtime? We want to share these or explain them on the next episode. So include pictures of everyone, which we asked. You can go and see these pictures.
Yeah.
It's posted. I posted a picture of myself with, I don't know how this happened, but there is a picture of 3 of the moderators stuck to my lip or my chin. Right. And then there's Tim in the background, the long-haired ghost hunter.
This is at the 11/11 event,
Yeah, this is at the 11/11
event.
I don't remember drinking a lot, so I don't know how this really happened.
Everybody had that on their face, and Holly had it on her face for a while.
Okay, so the moderators were just putting these stickers on people's faces?
Yes.
While I was talking to Tim or someone, they must have just put the sticker on my face. Anyway, and then there's Tim in the background, and I don't know what he's doing, but go check out the picture.
It's a fun picture.
On the thing. All right. Who's our first one?
Well, the first one, I mean, and this is a fun thread, and I highly encourage you go and read these because these are really great stories. All right, so Sierra writes, back when I was dating Lucas, he came to meet my family over Thanksgiving. My family is huge. Think my big fat Greek wedding. Everyone wants to feed you, hug you, feed you some more, then hug you again. It's loud. It's intense. 30 people is a small gathering for my family. It's the polar opposite of Luke's family. So anyway, of course, since it was the first time meeting him, we were the focus of attention. I was stressed out the whole time, wondering if he was miserable and overwhelmed. Finally, it's time to leave. We head out to the car. As soon as the doors are closed, he says, Thank God. I thought we were never going to get out of there. And I thought, there it is. He hates my family.
Okay.
He hates me. It's over. Total panic. Before I can respond, though, he proceeds to rip the biggest fart I have ever heard. Turns out the only misery he felt was trying to hold that in until we could leave. We're divorced now, but still great friends. Okay. And I will always jump at the chance to tell this story. I just loved that.
Okay, so I'm going to go out here on a limb.
Yeah.
And is this a thing?
What do you mean?
What
do you mean?
No, is this a thing? I know we have mostly female listeners.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not a female thing.
Right.
But is that a thing where like you... Because like...
Do you relate to Lucas's
Yes,
problem?
I relate to Lucas's... Yes, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like... I don't know if Sierra, she says she still talks to him.
Yeah,
Just
friends.
ask him if it was just then or all the time.
Right.
Because, yes, that's me. Like, we have like a big gathering. I don't think I've ever admitted this. And I don't know why I'm admitting this to thousands of people right now. But, yeah, I don't know if it's just a thing. It makes that you want to do that, and maybe because you can't.
So you're saying at the, like... I don't know, the 11/11 event when you had all these people around. Did you constantly have to like rip one?
Not there. I was
because you're outdoors or something.
No,
like,
not there. I was too much like running around, like too much going on. I couldn't.
It was your head about it.
Yeah, but like if I go to like sometimes like a holiday party, Lucas is not wrong here.
No.
Now I wouldn't have done it in the car.
That never is a problem.
That could be why they got divorced. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just like went outside, you know. I would like
you would have been like, "Excuse me for a minute," and then just like gone.
Yeah, and that's what I usually do.
Let it loose. But it sounds like her family. If you left, I know families like this. If he wasn't allowed to leave,
right?
Like all eyes were on him all the time. Like
right.
he couldn't just slip out. You know,
yeah.
Like, as if he had just slipped out real quick, they'd been like, "Where are you going?
Like,
what's wrong with him?
They might
what's
have thought
wrong
he was
with
going
your boyfriend?
For a cigarette.
What's wrong with
or
Lucas? Does he smoke?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what's he doing? Like too much.
Now what he could have done, he could have like went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Turned on.
These are your tips.
Yeah, these are my tips.
Okay.
If this happens to you guys,
Turn on the vent.
Turn on the faucet if you have to.
Right. Time it with a cough.
Flush the toilet and then do it. A lot of ways to get around this, but. I don't know if this is a guy thing, and I'm glad that she wrote this. Well, she wrote this, but I'm glad she wrote this.
It really made you feel heard and validated and seen.
It did, because I feel like, and maybe, at the event it didn't happen to me, but maybe sometimes when you're around like family and people maybe or some people you don't like so much, maybe it like builds up in you. And you're just like...
When you're around friends and family and people you don't like so much.
No, friends and family and people you don't like so much. Or they could be. And or. It's an and or, okay? It's an and/or. Okay.
Well, I asked for pictures, and I had to get a picture of Lucas.
Okay, what do we got for Lucas?
And he's blue.
Okay.
And so I can tell with him, he wouldn't want to excuse himself or feel rude. Also, he probably felt like, oh my God, they'll be on to me.
Yeah.
So the nervousness of the trying to hide and release was like too much, So I can see that with him. And he's got a red aura, but he's green too, which is not uncommon with men because... I bet he was born green-blue, but he wears inauthentic red. Very normal for a lot of guys having to do with societal programming, and that's a whole other episode, and I'm sure I've done that 5 times at least by now. But he looks like he's really in tune to people, so I can see why that was a big stressor for him.
All right, well...
I get that. Well, I have another story, too.
All right. Well, and I just really... Sierra, thank you for that one. That really made me laugh. It really did.
So Jessica T writes, and this is so funny, and I need everyone to visualize this as I tell this story. So she says, I'm not sure I can do the story justice. And I'm thinking she's saying this because you really do need to visualize it to do the story justice, okay? But my mom responsible for everything food related for the holidays, okay? That's her mom. My dad pours the wine, and I'm responsible for the cheer and the vibes. We're sitting down at dinner, and my mom is explaining the different types of potatoes she made, because, of course, she made different types of potatoes. That's great. In the middle of explaining which potatoes are what, she somehow burns her hand on one of the potato bowls, causing her to spill the potatoes on the tablecloth, her shirt, and the chair. She immediately runs upstairs, removes her shirt, comes back to the table in just her apron and leggings with stain remover and a frown. starts scrubbing the table and chair. Me and my dad just look at her stunned and then suddenly just can't stop laughing. She didn't find it very funny. We still bring it up every year. Okay, so you understand what she came down in?
Yeah.
Shirtless.
Shirtless.
Without realizing it.
But she did have an apron on. Now.
She did.
I have a theory.
Okay.
And some people might think it's wrong, but maybe when she went upstairs, she turned on KYA, and I happened to say Jumanji, and she had to take that item of clothing off.
Right.
And that's why she came back down, and she couldn't explain it to Jessica at the time.
Yes.
Because she might have thought she wasn't as, woo-woo and 5D and spiritually awakened as the mom is.
Okay.
That's probably not correct, but
I have
possible.
an aura theory.
What's the aura theory?
Okay, so Jessica's mom is yellow-blue. I'm looking at her in the picture, and Dad's real green.
Okay.
And she's yellow-blue. That's why she made like 8 different types of potatoes and is responsible for everything food-related and had stain remover. There you go. And she was so flustered with the whole situation, she forgot to take care of herself by putting on a shirt, which is funny. And I just thought it was funny because Jessica said she's in charge of the cheer and the vibes, but she's also pink. So that would explain...
Jessica's pink.
That's her contribution.
Okay, she's...
Jessica's
interesting.
pink. So that's her contribution. Which is a big one.
So they're doing everything in aura color.
They sure are.
I don't know if they know their colors. They do now.
But I think that's so funny that the mom forgot to put a shirt on. That's so yellow-blue. It's like you take care of everyone else but yourself, you guys.
Yeah. I mean, that's happened to many people on many holidays. Probably not.
I have to share this really short one before we take a break. Because this one's just very woo-woo and extremely mystical. And Jen wrote it. So Jen writes, my brother-in-law Brian and I were having a deep conversation on Christmas night 2013. We were sitting on the front porch and talking about our hopes and dreams for the coming year. I was really hoping for a new job at the time. At some point during this late night convo, we heard a mysterious sound that we attributed to the ice in a nearby cooler melting and shifting. The next morning, Brian discovered that his watch had stopped at the same time we had heard the mystery sound. What could this mean? Were we hardcore manifesting? Did we shift our reality? Whoa. Was it Santa?
Could have been.
That's when I start talking about my portal stuff that you don't let me talk about because you say I sound too crazy.
Yeah.
They probably went through a portal and did shift their reality. And that's why the clock stopped and stuff, because they don't work when you go through portals.
So what you're saying, it could have been a long period of time might have happened.
Yeah.
And it might have felt like only
They went
seconds.
through like a dimension change. And they came out together on the other side of the dimension. And they heard like the warping of time. And that was the sound they heard. And his watch stopped working because like timepieces don't work through portals.
Where did they go? The North Pole?
They went into their new reality where everything they were talking about shifted into being. This is when Scott tells me to stop talking.
All right, so let's take a quick break and then come back and do a couple more.
Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
So after Christmas, the day after Christmas, we're going on a little staycation getaway with the kiddos. And you know what we'll be bringing? The Weekender bag from Base.
Yes, and I'm going to admit this. I like to carry it when we walk through the lobby of the hotel.
You do?
I do. Because, I get a lot of attention. People think I'm more hip than I am. And people come up to me say, hey, is that a Base?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes. Did you see it? You see it on my Instagram. I'm a big influencer. And I love it.
Well, when you see other people carrying a Base.
Oh, yeah. I go right
You go up to them and you're like, I have a Base too.
Yeah.
And usually they're...
I use coupon code KYA.
Yeah, and then
did you?
And usually even before they answer, you're like coupon code KYA for your next purchase.
Yes.
Base was created by actress Shay Mitchell to make sleek and affordable bags, luggage, and accessories designed to help you travel effortlessly while still looking fashionable and cool like Scott does. And right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/KYA. Go to basetravel.com/KYA for 15% off your first purchase. That's base, BEIS, travel.com/KYA. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so let's read the next one from Cassidy. Cassidy writes, Jumanji. Full transparency, I got pregnant 2 months after we started dating. I got lucky, though.
She obviously listened to a lot of KYA.
Yeah. This is my now husband, Chase, and I last year in good old PCB. What's that?
PCB?
On Mother's Day.
Good old Is that a
PCB?
Palm Beach? No?
No, PCB.
PCB. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Maybe she could clarify for us.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I was about 2 months pregnant, and he took me to breakfast before meeting up with my family later. We were on our way back to the hotel to change for the beach, and my sister Kenzie calls him. Now, we have a script, okay?
Okay.
Kenzie says, "Can you help me carry a cooler down to the beach right now?" Chase replies, "Sure." Me says, "What the frick? She has muscles. She doesn't need help."
Now, wait. Okay, so now I got... I haven't read this one.
Okay.
But now I got questions. Does she feel that the sister is moving in on...
No,
the
Scott.
guy's name? No?
Why, are you in charge of writing soap operas?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, why would she get so mad about that?
Well, because she writes here, pregnant Cassidy is a mean Cassidy. That's what she writes.
Okay.
She's just mean. That is called, I have a sister. My sister's telling my boyfriend what to do.
Okay.
What the frick? She has muscles.
All right.
I'm pregnant. Don't tell my boyfriend what to do. He should be serving me right now. That's what that's about.
Okay.
In sister talk.
Oh, all right.
In sister speak, that's what that's about.
All right,
Not like
all right.
whatever this weird
'Cause-
telenovela you just made between Kenzie and her poor Cassidy sister.
Because I'm saying I probably would have said the same thing. I'd be like, sure. You know,
So in our life,
Right.
all right, if let's say you had a brother and he
Right.
called me to help him do something, you'd be like, "Why are you making the moves on Megan?" Is that what that would mean?
possibly.
No, that'd be gross. Okay,
All right.
back to the story.
Back to the script. Yeah, back to the script.
So now Chase, she's talking about Chase.
Okay.
He's talking me down from a mentee B.
What's a mentee?
I don't know.
A mental
Oh,
breakdown.
mental breakdown.
I like her lingo.
She calls it a mentee B.
Is she? I wonder if she's pink too.
She has a
All right.
mentee B.
Okay.
And we have their pictures in a second.
Oh, okay.
All right. So he's talking me down from a mentee B. I think we should all start using that.
A mentee B.
I might have a little mentee B here. Okay. And we pull up to their hotel to meet her outside with one cooler. I'm outwardly pissed. I think I said to Kenzie, quote, "I just feel like a raging effing biatch all the time." And she agreed because she's also the same way pregnant. Oh, our poor husbands. So she's just like, really?
Okay.
Anyways, so basically Cassie is trying to show you she's just in a mood.
Okay.
Anyways.
And the sister gets in the same mood, so she knows.
So the sister's like, whatever.
So they're used to this.
I know who you are. Okay.
Right.
So, and she only had one cooler. So
Right.
it's like, really? You needed my boyfriend to help you with one cooler?
Well, it depends what was in that cooler. I guess it would depend what's in the cooler.
All right. Anyways, we get down to the beach. My whole family is there, and there's tulips, my favorite flower.
How did tulips get to the
shaped
beach?
Into a heart. I thought it was so cute that one of the kids did that for all of us moms on Mother's Day. Chase tried leading me into the heart, but I kept insisting we didn't, so we don't mess it up. No, Chase! Don't! You'll mess up the heart.
Okay, so Cassidy, I just want you to know you're getting the treatment I get when she does my voice.
I made an accent for Cassidy.
She's doing it to you.
Cassidy I don't even know Cassidy, but I made up an accent
Cassidy,
for her.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
She likes it. Okay. He successfully gets me in the heart and proceeds to propose.
Oh.
He always mentions how horrific it was to propose in front of my entire family.
Well, I did that.
But we were all so excited. Now we're married and have a daughter turning 1 on December 9th. He took the Aura quiz a couple days ago because I'm always saying, "You're such a green" to him. And he got red.
That makes sense.
And I was a little surprised. I'd love to know his colors. All right, let's see.
I've been quick confirmed yellow indigo, she says. Okay.
You know what's funny? Like,
And purple, but
she
you-
give me a picture before the proposal
Okay.
and after.
Yeah, let's see
And this
all
is
these
really
pictures.
fascinating.
Okay.
Before the proposal, poor Chase. Chase is extremely blue.
Okay.
Like, he's very chill and calm and blue.
Okay.
Before proposal, he wears more red.
Okay.
Okay?
So before the proposal picture,
I see blue with red.
Red.
And now when I look at him, I really do see green and blue.
okay.
Like, and I would have to see a kid picture. Again, this is a very common thing I see in men. They will, like, flip-flop the red and green. It's a society thing. Overall, Chase is super blue. Like, I would even say, like, blue to go.
Oh, wow.
He's very, very blue. He's very sweet.
Real sweet guy.
He's really sweet. Like, he looks like a great husband, great father, great person, someone that would help you with a cooler. Okay. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And
Jason, if you ever need to talk.
And then...
My DMs are open.
And then she gave me a picture.
Okay, what about... Can you tell her in the first picture?
Yeah, I can.
In the before?
Yeah, so in this picture... She looks like very yellow.
Okay.
And I do see indigo. I know she wrote something about she feels like she could be purple. I don't know. I see yellow indigo, but a lot of yellow.
Okay.
But I know what she means because she feels really feisty sometimes. But I feel like her yellow is just super feisty.
Okay.
But you do you. And then she gave me a picture of her and her sister.
And this is after.
Yeah, and I don't know when this is.
Oh, okay.
This must be. She wrote, "My sister with enough muscles to carry the freaking cooler by herself." And her sister has actually her sister looks purple-green to me.
Okay.
She looks like a real, like strong, independent girl.
And she's still yellow indigo.
She looks yellow. She looks yellow indigo, but remember, indigos can absorb other people a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
But she looks very yellow. But in this picture with her sister, the funny thing is, I feel like I get age thing, not as what people look like, because they look like twins, honestly, the two of them. They look exactly the same age, but her sister feels older than her. I get this thing, like, where her sister just kind of rolls her eyes at her, at Cassidy a lot, like, oh, okay, Cassidy, a lot. So it's just funny, because her sister feels, like, older.
Right. And
she'll just kind of ignore or do that green aura thing, where she just kind of, like, tunes out stuff. And will only pay attention when she wants to, but it's kind of funny.
Really? All right,
but Cassidy feels like real domestic, and real kind of like bubbly, and wants things to go a certain way, like cute, like that.
All right, cool. All right, so we'll do one more.
Okay, that was funny.
Yeah, that was really funny. All right, and this one is from one of our amazing moderators, Elizabeth, and I'll let you read it because I'm terrible at reading things.
Okay, so Elizabeth writes, okay. So you know those cute, frolicking Christmas reindeer with lights on them that people put in their yards?
Yes.
We're all seeing it right now. Yeah, we see them. One night, a few years ago around Christmas, I had my best friend and her husband over for wine and cheese. When they left, unbeknownst to me, they rearranged the light-up reindeer on my front lawn into a very different position. Let's just say they were definitely frolicking, and it was definitely not rated PG. So we're all picturing that now.
I can't see anything, but I got an idea.
I didn't notice until the next day and had to call all our neighbors to apologize. Who are your neighbors, Elizabeth? Like, seriously.
She lives in, I think, New Hampshire.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe it's like a small Puritan town or something.
I still laugh about it every year when we set up the reindeer. I don't know. Like, where do you live that would be like if...
Well, remember the time when... one of the discussion groups left all the pineapples on our doorstep, and everyone thought we were swingers.
Two people asked me if I was a swinger.
Yeah, and I got asked by 3 people if I was a swinger.
So she gives me a picture of her and her friend and her husband.
Right.
And the husband's like green. And
jokester?
He's
jokester green?
Like, dad joke green.
Yeah.
He looks green blue, but he also looks a little purple.
Okay.
And her friend looks purple green.
Okay. Also a little
maybe
bit of
blue
jokester.
A little in there. So they both look like tricolors, but with green. So they seem like hysterical.
Yeah,
like,
and then they had another picture of Elizabeth and her friend, and they have like funny glasses on, and they look like they're partying.
Oh my God.
So,
she definitely brings out the party animal in Elizabeth.
Yeah, because Elizabeth's yellow and indigo. Yeah.
Yeah, but her friend definitely, she looks green, like blue, and purple. But she's a lot of fun. I'm going to
tell you, that is actually, I'm getting a lot of ideas. I didn't even think of that, to do that to someone's reindeer. But if I go to another holiday party and they have some reindeer, I might be doing that, too. That's something I would do. I just haven't thought of it.
Yeah, you haven't thought about it yet, but now they gave you this idea.
They gave me a great idea.
And that's your idea.
Yeah, so that is going to happen to someone I know. So just don't invite me to your party.
Don't invite him.
Let's take a quick break, and then we're going to do some more confirmations.
Whenever I have something I have to go to, I want my hair to look like I just left the salon, but, it's not realistic to go to the salon all the time, obviously. So the quest to get that done at home for me has begun with Way products. And you have to hear about this because you can save time and get on your way to salon quality hair straight from the shower in just 5 minutes with Way's new hair gloss. I had my daughter's ballet recital and I wanted my hair to look real shiny. Again, like I left the salon and I used Ouai's new hair gloss for the first time. So I shampooed as normal with their shampoo. And then I put in, while I was in the shower, I put in on their hair gloss and I combed it through. And then you wait like 5 minutes and then you rinse it off. And that's it. That's all you have to do. You don't need conditioner, but I put in some of the Ouai's leave-in conditioner after. And then I used heat to style it like I always do. The glossiness was equivalent to what I see when I leave the salon. And it's a heat protectant, which I just love. It's made with hyaluronic acid and rice water. It provides immediate shine. It helps treat damage and it enhances your color vibrancy. And according to a consumer perception study, over 85% of participants agreed their hair looked shinier, healthier, and smoother. And I agree with that too because mine did as well. So glow all out this holiday with Ouai. Go to theouai.com, TheOuai.com for 15% off site-wide and enter promo code AURA. That's TheOuai.com for 15% off and enter promo code AURA. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys.
So this episode is Aura About You. What we're going to do next is we're going to do a bunch of quick confirms. And then we're going to discuss some of the more riveting questions that we've gotten recently on the Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family Facebook page. What do you got for us, Scott?
All right. So you've been confirming a lot of people this week.
Yes.
The book came out. We want to get a lot of people confirmed.
Yeah.
And we took these off of Instagram. Mm-hmm. Most of these were from people's stories. And I figured, we're going to do this Jim Cramer style.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, so Jim Cramer is a guy on CNBC. He does a show called Mad Money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen him. He's like,
yeah, you watch him sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, I like this guy. And basically people call in with a stock, and he'll just rattle them off. Like they'll say, oh, Apple. And he'll say, yes, buy, sell, sell. Or, Coca-Cola, sell.
It's just straight to the point.
It's like straight to the point. Like really quickly.
Because these are people who, because I put out on my stories, like, hey, share a selfie so I could, confirm your aura on the podcast this week. So this is who participated.
All right, here we go. So Robin TXN, these are their Instagram handles, by the way. Robin TXN says, Mystic Michaela, I think I'm green and indigo. What do you see?
I see green, and I do see green and blue to go, which is like a blue indigo mashup. Okay.
Another one we have Leah EPS. So it's Leah EPS.
So
and she writes, entering my little sibling to be read on my mom's IG.
Yeah, so this one was like hard because there's a filter. And you guys with the filters, we've talked about this. But your little sibling definitely looks turquoise and purple. It's turquoise purple energy.
All right. Next up, we have Olivia Sass _ And she writes, I will enter giveaways until I win one. Read our Frankie's aura.
Do you remember these guys? I believe they came to the St. Augustine ghost hunting tour.
Yes, I do.
I remember them. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Frankie, well, they're both yellow purple. But you know what? Frankie, I feel like something is different because there's a little green in there too. So
okay.
Olivia is yellow purple and Frankie's like green, yellow, purple kind of tricolor. A lot of purple, though. A lot of purple in Frankie's aura.
All right. We have Diana.Malka27. Check out Know Your Pod, she writes, for all things spiritual and aura colored by Mystic Michaela. She makes the paranormal normal.
That's so sweet.
I highly recommend it because it's so authentically wholesome. My favorite podcast to listen to.
That's so sweet. Well, she's purple, indigo, and a little bit of turquoise in there.
All right.
Yep.
All right. One more in... He calls it the lightning round, so I'm going to call it that too. Jessica.Lyn, she writes, would be so excited to hear what you see, Mystic Michaela.
This is a cool one. We got green coise, so the green turquoise mash up with purple.
Okay.
Yep. All right, and then you had a really interesting post. Now, this was put on the page, and then all of a sudden there were tons and tons and tons of comments.
Okay.
And it was such a good question, so yeah, read up. Go ahead.
All right. And please forgive me if I mess up reading these. I'm terrible at that. All right, So this is from Christopher. And he writes, this is on the Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family page. Hey, MM fam. New to the group here. Wife and I have been listening to Mystic Michaela for some time now, and we're super excited for the new book.
Oh.
We love when
Thank you.
couples, that too.
Yeah.
Buying the book, and we love when couples
listen. Yes. Oh my gosh.
All right. After taking the test, I assume the test in the book he's talking about,
Yeah.
I turned out to be an orange aura.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering how many people would get orange.
Yeah.
Which really surprised me because I never really heard about it before. But after diving into the details, it was almost scary how spot on it was. Mm-hmm. My question for you guys, is this actually one of the 9 auras? Reason I ask is because after doing some searching in the group, everyone mentions that it's a temporary aura. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, after reading about it, it doesn't really feel that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so he believes he's orange, I think.
Yeah.
The description is what I consider myself to be for a majority of my life now.
Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing from what you guys say, and we had tons of comments on this one. All right, take it away.
Yeah, so I'm so glad that you wrote in about this. This is my thing with orange. I wanted to include it in the book because it is a color that I see. It's just one I don't see people hold on to for a long time. Because it's a really hard, and remember, these are my interpretations of how I can only tell you what I see. This is literally what I see on people. And then what I get from it from spirit and just from all my readings and whatnot. So when I see orange energy on somebody like this gentleman, it is something that is there. Like, he definitely has an orange vibe. He's red, though, too. Oh. So, and orange is a really hard energy to keep up because it requires so much leveling up. On orange auras, I see these people as business people. These are movers and shakers. They hold themselves to such an ambitious standard. They are usually involved in a gazillion things. Everything in their life is having to do with their success. They're moving up the ladder, and not in a way that we should. It's not like 3D. To them, it's very 5D. How they reach a level of success in this life is actually attached to their life purpose. So it's not, even though these people tend to be like, okay, I got the car, I got the material things are usually on point around them, but it's not usually about that. It's about the path they got to get there. Those are just symptoms of how they feel that they've gotten to a place. So it's authentic to them. Anyway, so it's hard to keep an orange aura on. It's very difficult because it requires so much feeding to the energies, and you can't ever rest. You're always thinking. You're always going. Now, some of you might be like, well, that's like me. It's like, maybe, like, you don't understand. Like, these people are like the Energizer Bunny. They don't sleep. They eat, breathe, talk. Everything is their goal. Any relationship that they form, it's about their goal. Everything in their life is aligned to their goal. Like, it's 24/7. That's what they do. And usually they're involved in a lot of different things, like workaholic vibes. To them, this makes them happy. This is their life. And a big thing with them is legacy. Like, they want to leave something bigger than them behind. I should do I really, like, you think about, like, the building families. I don't know, I'm not a historian, but like the Rockefellers or the Vanderbilts, like that kind of energy might be like orange aura energy. Like, people that just build something from the ground up and then leave it, and then the name itself is like larger than life. The thing with orange is I see it personally sprout out of other energy colors. So I'll see it sprout out of red. So somebody's so red, and all of a sudden it's like they leveled up and they're wearing orange now. Or I'll see sometimes it sprout out of yellow too. But those are the two colors I usually see it sprout out of. Sometimes I'll see it sprout out of purple. Sometimes, for different reasons, more when they're being creative, like, because purples are very naturally creative. So it's kind of an amplification of who you already are. Or it's kind of an amplification of what you're doing to like this whole other level. But usually I don't see people holding it a long time. Okay. When I look at him, he's also purple. So I see, like, I feel like with him, he's probably a red purple.
So does Christopher, you're, based on what you were just saying, so he's like red, purple, let's say, but then out of that red or out of that purple is sprouting the orange?
You know what it looks like? You know the emoji, the fire emoji on our phones? That's what he looks like. It's kind of like, and I think there's red in there. It's kind of like a red, orange.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the red center and then the orange flame. Yeah. That's what he looks like. And he's saying he's keeping the orange all the time. I believe that. I believe that he's feeding that. And he was excited about being orange too. He's like, I want to be like that. Like, for a lot of us, even listening to the description, they're like, no thanks. Like, because that's not authentically you. Like, if that's authentically you, cool. I think a lot of red auras want to be like that too. They're like, I want to be like that, but it's hard to come up with new ideas.
Christopher, let's say, is he going to eventually shed that orange?
I mean, Christopher seems like he doesn't want to shed that orange. Okay. So I do not want to burst his orange bubble. Yeah. I mean, I say go for it. That guy looks like a mover, a shaker, a scrapper. Tell him no. That's his favorite word to hear because he can turn it around and prove you wrong. Actually, he lives for it. Okay. This guy feels like he never stops with his ideas. And even something like this, like listening to the podcast, you know, he's an open-minded guy. So listening to something like this, it's like, hey, even if I don't believe it 100%, how can I use it to level up? That's how orange auras think. Like, he would go to anything. Like, I'm going to this conference on, I don't know, anything.
Right.
And he'd be like, just to be like, what can I learn? Like, there's got to be some nugget here that can improve me and what I'm doing. And that's such a positive attitude. His attitude is very positive. So with him, like, anything he does, he's like, how can this better me? If you understand that about yourself, you know, I can go to anything. I could go to a presentation on cookware and be like, okay, what can I take from this? Like one thing. He can do that. You know, if you think like that in life, it makes life a whole different lens. So he feels really positive and able to be like that.
That is so cool.
Isn't that
Hopefully
cool?
Christopher and his wife listen to this.
I'm glad he's there because I'm like, I want your orange. I wrote on there too. And I'm like, I want your orange aura perspective on everything now. Thank you.
All right. And if you want to see the picture and the post we're talking about, go to the Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family on Facebook.
Yes.
And check it out. All right. Let's go back to the lightning round. We're going to confirm some more people, Jim Cramer style.
Okay.
Here we go. We have Holly Grass.
All right.
And she says, me, pick me. I mean, I'm going to guess my pink.
Yeah, she's pink.
Okay. Okay.
I love this. She's really pink. She's got a little blue. She's got a little yellow. And really cute. Okay. Cute energy. Okay.
Next up, we have Crumb_Cakery.
Yeah.
Cozy at home this weekend with no events and kind of digging it.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking I should bake at home for fun because I haven't done so in a while.
So she looks yellow.
Yellow, I was going to say yellow.
Yeah, very yellow. She's got purple. She's got a little blue in there too. So tricolor.
All right. And we have Tansy Rogers Wellness.
Yes.
Come out and join me and a bunch of other vendors at the Wintertide Art Emporium in Lancaster, PA. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be showcasing my handmade crystal jewelry, oils, and my newest gift sets.
Mm-hmm.
Also, on a side note, if you're into auras and down to Earth Spiritual Talk, you have to check out the Know Your Aura podcast.
It unconfuses so much. She's saying.
So much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
Perfect.
She's purple and really like a blue to go.
Purple and a blue to go.
Yes.
All right. We have Planty.Brit.
Yes. And she's yellow indigo.
She says she's with all these plants.
Yes.
And she writes, in my cozy spot, my final project of grad school.
Oh, good luck to you.
And what was her colors one more time?
She's yellow indigo.
We have one. Oh, no. We covered them all.
Yep. That was
our last one.
Yes.
All right. So let's take your story now that you picked.
Okay. Sound, it's universal. You can understand sounds no matter what language or languages you speak or are learning. Right here, that's the sound of you learning a new language with Babbel. And you can start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. You know, instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a private tutor or fooling yourself with those language apps that are little more than games, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 150 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. I have been studying French on the Babbel app, and I love how they combine the natural fluency, the listening, the speaking, and the grammar lessons all together in a seamless way. For me, as someone who had to learn Spanish, learning French this way, it feels very natural to me, and it's very convenient as well because it's right on my phone, and the lessons are quick, and they're designed to be useful to you. And wouldn't that be just a great gift to yourself or someone you know who is on their way to another country, or they just are curious, or maybe you've just always wanted to learn another language like myself. I've always wanted to learn French. Well, guess what? Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/aura. Get 55% off at babbel.com/aura, spelled BABBEL. HERTBEL.com/aura. Rules and restrictions may apply. We have another story here from the Mystic Michaela spiritual family. Actually, this is an anonymous member, and she wrote in asking for some advice. So I'm going to read it because this is actually good. And I think a lot of people have a lot of different things to say to her, and they did on here. A lot of advice was given. So she was really vulnerable to put this.
All right. Am I going to weigh in on this too?
Yeah, we both are.
Okay.
But I want to give her a lot of applause because this is vulnerable. She opened herself up to advice.
Okay.
And she sure did get it. And she was very, she was very, gracious about it. You know, like she really all right. So anyway, So I always give people a lot of credit for that. All right. So she wrote, "Hey fam, I need some advice. So as a Christmas gift this year, I asked my partner if he wanted to invest on a workout bike together as we were both wanting to start working out again. I showed him the bike and told him how excited I was to get this one bike, but he said to me that this bike was too expensive and that maybe we could find something cheaper that could possibly do the same thing. But I was just too set on this one bike, so I went ahead and ordered it and surprised him on delivery day, which was today. But to my not surprise, he was extremely upset. I felt his energy when he suspected what I ordered. It was a gift from me to the both of us, even ordered him the shoes and everything. I'm extremely sad because he gave me the money talk and was not excited or happy about it, and that makes me sad because every time he buys something new, he's always so excited to show and tell me all about it, but when it was my turn to be excited about something, he was so upset. I do not know his colors, but I suspect he's green and yellow or purple blue or green. I'm purple.
A lot of colors.
Yeah, she's not sure.
Okay.
I'm purple turquoise.
Okay.
I'm trying to find out if I did something wrong. I feel horrible and I don't know what to do. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I can weigh in here.
Give us your weigh in.
Okay. And this is anonymous, so I'm not sure who put this in.
Yeah.
All right. From my red perspective,
yes.
And this is just me, and take this advice with a grain of salt.
Okay.
If it was me, I would probably feel the same way as the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll tell you. I mean, we even talked about it in the beginning when we talked about gifts for reds.
Yeah.
Let it be on their list.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, I'm not judging anyone here.
No,
I'm just saying,
I'm just saying how you would feel if it was me and you.
And you did this to me.
Yeah.
So you came. So you came to me. You're like, hey, let's get this bike.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
I wouldn't even come to you.
Cheap. Yeah.
No, I'd be like, hey, Scott, Lizzie. You'd be like, no.
Yeah.
But let's continue the hypothetical fantasy land where we had an actual convo.
Yeah. So once that happened, and then once I shot you down pretty quickly, but the guy, I guess, did say, let's work on one together. Correct?
Yeah, he did.
And that's what I would have probably said too.
Yeah.
Which probably would have meant I'll pick one out.
Yes.
And then we'll get that one. And again, probably the money wouldn't have even been involved with this, but it would just been because it's not my idea. Because you brought me this bike that was your idea.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to counter with no right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bring in the bike that I want. Mm-hmm. It could even be more money. That's not even the point, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's just that it would have been my idea.
Right.
So then I think what happened, once she then said, you know what, I'm still going to get the bike, then he got annoyed. Is that kind of...
That's what happened. He was annoyed.
And that would have been me too. But again, that's my perspective. Yeah. And not judging or anything. It's just from a red perspective.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's the whole point of this. I think, like, being married, I think if you've been married a while, you're like, you don't do it. You don't do that. Like, if you've been married, like, just because we've been married a while, it's easy for me to be like, oh, no, you don't do that. Maybe earlier on, that's a mistake that could have happened for sure. I mean, because I don't know how long they've been married or together even. I don't know. And do they have, I have like questions like, do you have shared money? That's my other thing. Like, do you guys have separate money or shared money? That's my other question. Anyways, she's turquoise. Oh, but this is, I have like a kind of a more in-depth thought about what's going on here.
Okay.
And I do not have their picture. So this is just kind of like.
So this is kind of like psychic.
This is psychic I feel much more comfortable doing this when I have pictures of people, but this is kind of what I'm getting just from reading it.
Okay.
He's been buying a lot I think he's green. Okay. And I think he buys a lot of his boy toys. Okay. And then later on in the comments, she was saying, well, he bought this or he buys this sometimes. And I'm really happy for him. So I think he buys whatever he wants. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. If this makes you happy, this makes me happy. And it probably does for her. So now she's like, okay, my turn. my turn. All right? This makes me happy, so it makes you happy, right? And he's like, no, I'm going to talk to you about responsibility and money, which made him a big old hypocrite. Because guess what? She's a turquoise. And what she did was she basically held up a big old mirror in front of him, and she got him to basically tell on himself. Because he sat there in the mirror and said, well, this isn't good money, and here's the money talk, and whatever that lecture, TED Talk sounded like. And it's like, yeah, but you have this fancy toilet seat cover or whatever that you paid this much for, and you have this gaming toy, you have this, here's the list of all the you just give yourself the money talk. I just made you a hypocrite. So I feel like she used her turquoise energy to teach him a lesson, but she didn't know that she did it. And now she's sitting here in her turquoise, doom and gloom, like, oh, I made a mistake, I messed up. But I'm telling you, turquoise girl, what you did was you showed him himself. And next time do it and know that you're doing that. And maybe and it's kind of like mixed up with the purple bomb thing because you actually did the action and paid for it. And I know these bikes cost like thousands of dollars, so this is not a little thing. And she just it's probably been bothering her for a while. She purple bombed the situation and turquoise mirrored it. And now they're sitting in there and she's like, what did I do wrong? Like, so sometimes it's good if you understand yourself. And you can walk it back. And then next time he gets a projector or whatever the heck he gets, or new headphones that cost too much money but he thinks are necessary or whatever, you can be like, hey, like, how about all things we purchase now go through the money talk or whatever? Because if I have to do it, then you have to do it. Or, they got to find some sort of middle. That's what I think happened.
Is it a money thing on this one?
Well, I think
I wasn't 100% sure of that.
Green auras are going to use, I think he's green, are going to use logic, with quotes around it, to justify whatever they want to be true.
Okay.
So that's just his artillery for getting what he wants, using logic to be like, well, this is the money, this is our budget, blah, blah, blah. You can't really argue with that, especially when you're purple turquoise. You're like, money, what? Because it's not, but on her, it doesn't mean he's more right than her.
Right.
It's just that's the logic he can use and win by.
Right.
And then she gets lectured like she's 2 years old or whatever. And it's like, but really she made him, look at yourself, dude.
So in my case, if she was reflecting it back to me being that turquoise, it would have just reflected that if it's not my idea, I'm always going to say no. But if it isn't my idea, I'm always going to say no. And if it is my idea, I'm going to say yes.
A turquoise aura in this situation with you would have made you a hypocrite.
Right.
And then it's like, hey, look how you brought another bike to the table, meaning it's just about my opinion. See, that would have been a whole different fight. Like, you don't respect my opinion.
Right.
With her, it was like, you don't, you say money is good. If you say it's good to spend money on it, if it is, if I say it's good to spend money on it, it's not. Your thing would be more like, we have to teach you about your ideas and the control issues with them, like that kind of thing. So she's just trying to teach him a lesson subconsciously. He probably doesn't even know what's going on, because he's just living in his own thing, and she's probably trying to teach him super layered and something that definitely, like, I don't know how long they've been together, but this is something you want to figure out kind of quick. In a relationship, because these are the things that can like fester, and listen, like every relationship has its weird dysfunctionality to it. I think that's just being with somebody, but this seems like it's an issue because it's not about the bike.
Okay.
But anyways, I love that she's turquoise and she turquoised him.
It's a fascinating, I guess it's so many layers here. Fascinating.
So many layers.
Well, speaking of gifts.
Yes.
As you know, we do our holiday exchange every year.
We do.
How are you doing? Any updates for you? Are you doing well with this?
So
Picked it out yet,
our holiday exchange every year, and on Christmas Day, you all are going to be voting on who won, Scott or I, because every year it's a competition. That's what we do. We set our limit, actually high this year, $50 each.
Yep, we had to because it was food gifts, and to get gifts delivered is actually more than the food gift.
It's so expensive because I thought it would be really funny to give each other like who wins the best holiday food gift. We have a rubric.
Right. I think we even gave like a $5 kind of like grace period, like not grace period, but like grace because the shipping was so much.
Yeah, we did because we had to help each other out a little bit, because when I started looking at the food gifts to give each other, it was just so ridiculously expensive with the shipping and whatnot. But here's the rubric to decide who wins. It's worth 25 points. Yes, this is what we do as gifts for each other, you guys, every year. It's very serious business. Okay, so 5 points each, 25 points total. Family enjoyability. All right, so if I got like wine or something, that would score low. That would score low because the kids can't enjoy it.
Right.
Presentation, it has to look good.
Okay.
Taste, holiday-esque. Is it holiday-esque or not? And would it impress the company? Which is my favorite one.
So have you purchased your gift yet?
I sure have, and I won.
Really?
I just know it. It's coming today. I'm actually really stressed out. You're going to see it. So don't go to the front door at all.
I have to admit, I have not decided.
Oh, my God. We were watching In the Kitchen with David on QVC the other night.
Yeah.
So many good ideas.
There were.
The Junior's cheesecake?
Cheesecake. It looked so good. But it was funny because we actually rated it. We would score, and we figured it would be like a 19 out of 25.
Because I'm the only one that likes cheesecake.
Right. So even though it looked incredible and it looked amazing, and like you're like, oh my God, that would definitely win.
Yes.
We figured out, no, that'd probably be about a 19 out of 25.
For family enjoyability, it would score low because only me likes it.
Right. No,
but I mean,
like cheesecake all that much.
The Junior's cheesecake, like literally, you guys should like send that to people. That one looks good.
Not
an ad.
Yeah.
Not an ad. So on Christmas Day, Scott and I do the exchange under the tree of our food gifts. I'm so excited about this. And then I'll put up pictures and you'll have to vote.
Yes.
And we take it very seriously.
The greatest, we've been doing this exchange way before the podcast started, but I get so many people write to me and say, I did this with, my significant other. I've done this with one of my friends. I've done it with a family member. It's really fun. And you can pick whatever one you want. You don't have to do this one.
Yeah.
It all started with impersonal gifts. That was the number.
Yes.
You used to do with personal gifts. And you used to just destroy me.
I slayed.
Slayed.
I got you the Dunkin' Donuts gift card one year.
Yeah.
That one. That one.
The charity of my name or something.
Yeah, I did that. I talked about that. I donated the Red Cross in your name.
Yeah. So you won like 3 or 4 years in a row on those. But so then I started coming up with ideas to change it.
Yeah. But then I started losing. But I feel like I'm going to win this year. I'm going to take back my streak.
Okay. Because I have won 3 out of the last 4 years.
I know. But this is my year. I feel like this is my year. I smell it. I smell it like I smell a Mrs. Printable candy apple.
Okay. Which, by the way, if you do a Mrs. Printable candy apple, you are disqualified.
We've decided that's the perfect gift.
It's perfect.
It's the perfect gift. So perfect it would disqualify you.
And that's actually what's holding up my gift this year, because I'm deciding whether or not I want to get the Mrs. Printables.
And just lose?
Not add again, and just lose.
No.
Take the disqualification.
Forfeit.
But then we get the Mrs. Printables.
Mrs. Printables? Well, anyways, it is the holiday season. This is our last episode. We'll see you again before the new year, but we had to give Scott one more holiday red rant.
Are you guys going to give me one more?
We're going to give you one more. We're going to give you one more. Yeah,
you put me on the spot here. I got to think of one.
I don't know. If we've been listening to this particular red rant,
all right,
they all can listen to it too. Go.
All right, let me think. Okay, so since it's the holiday season, I'm going to do the red rant on Justin Bieber. Okay. All right.
He had a Christmas album in 2011.
Yes.
And Scott can't get over it.
I just heard the song. Okay, so let me preface this. My favorite Christmas song is Little Drummer Boy. Little Drummer Boy by Bob Seger.
Okay.
Best song. Rumpa-pum-pum, rumpa-pum-pum, right?
Yes.
So we're all in the car. We did a festive activity. Brie had her friend with her.
Yes.
And they're like, could we play this Justin Bieber Christmas song?
Yeah.
And, my first reaction, no, I don't want to hear that. But then, fine, I'm like, fine, let me hear it. I didn't know it was from 2011 or whatever, 13. 2011. I thought it was new. I thought it was a new song.
It's really old.
So, it's Little Drummer Boy. That's the song they decided to play by Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And, okay, so it starts off with the Biebs singing.
The Biebs.
Kind of, girly voice, whatever you call it. And
it was okay.
And I'm like, you know what? All right. It's not terrible. He's no Bob Seger.
He has a sweet little voice.
Yeah. But it's sweet. It's nice. It's a little drummer boy. He sounds like a little boy.
Yeah.
Okay, this works. Uh-huh. And it's so funny because I was almost about to say, like, all right, this is good. Give them what they wanted. And then it shifts.
Yeah, you all have to listen to it.
The whole song goes from the Little Drummer Boy to I don't know what it was. just some nonsense coming out of his mouth. And then there's other artists that collabed on it, and it just goes downhill so
Busta
quick.
Rhymes.
Yeah, so
it's
quickly.
Busta Rhymes.
And there I am shouting, "This is blasphemy! How could they do this?" You know, the little.
You weren't even raised Christian,
Right?
You're like,
I'm like, this is blasphemy.
This is an offense to our Lord. This is an offense to the baby Jesus.
That's right. And you know, I'm sitting there. And I'm like, you know, the Little Drummer Boy is a song about a boy when he meets baby Jesus. He has nothing to give him because he's poor,
right?
But his song, but his drumming. And here's Bieber just ruining it.
Blackberry on her hip. Then I gave it a little flicker. Then I took a look to see before me it activates the ringer. Came to realize my homie Bieber hit me on the Twitter. Then I hit him back despite I had some food on my finger. Sipping eggnog with a little sprinkle of vanilla. I mean, this is even though it's kind of cold, pulling out a chinchilla. This is literally
that is not Little Drummer Boy. That's not the Little Drummer Boy I know. Okay.
Round papa pom.
Yeah. So even though it's 2011, I'm doing a red rant.
It's very catchy.
I thought it was 2023. I thought it just came out.
No, it's very, very catchy. Well, that is your red rant. Also,
that's my last one. I also want to end with this. You know, I'm going to be spending the holidays with half an eyebrow.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I am spending the holidays with half an eyebrow.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. Do you want to tell them what happened? Like, how does this happen?
I don't
how
know.
do I have half? Right now, I'm on this mic here with half a brow. I got
really
half
bad.
a brow. You can do the voice if you want when I reacted to it.
Well, I don't know if you again, remember when I told everybody how being married everybody has their own dysfunctionality attached to it?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. I just have to, that's my preface for this. What I'm about to say. I manscape Scott. It is part of my wifely duties.
Okay. Fine.
Well, people have to know why I was, okay.
Okay, fine.
And,
you know, sometimes I got a brow, like a what are they, a little
like
hair.
a Frida Kahlo brow.
Yeah,
Okay?
well, no, yeah.
Yeah.
With the unibrow?
Yes.
I don't have a unibrow.
The unibrow.
The unibrow.
You don't have one because
well, now I know because half of it's gone.
Well, normally,
half a brow's gone.
So anyways, I was manscaping Scott's brow in the middle.
Right.
You guys, I've never done this before. I blacked out. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
No, it was really weird. Actually, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I had some sort of episode. I don't know what happened. I look down. I hear like zzz, and I'm like, whoa. And I look, and you're so innocent and sweet and so trusting, just sitting there with your little eyes closed and your face tilted up towards me. And I don't know what I did because I don't remember, but all of a sudden I hear zzz, and I look and I'm like, oh. And then in my head I'm like, would he notice? You know? Like,
then
what do you notice? Like if I didn't tell him, what do you notice? Because you don't really look at yourself.
No, but then I see it on your face, and I'm like,
I know, but wait. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay.
And I'm like, what?
I'm like, I'm sorry. And then you were like, Megan! And then you run to the mirror and you like grab your face. You're like, Megan, it's missing. It's missing. You took my brow. You took my brow. I can't go out like this. I can't go out like this, Megan. It's going to take a year to grow back. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like literally, this was bad. Like there's no making this better. At all. I wonder if it's like a purple bomb to your brow. And I even thought, was I mad at him that day for some weird reason I didn't know? See, I need somebody to explain this back to me.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to explain this back, well, I'm going to spend the holidays with a half an eyebrow.
I'm like, is the brow symbolic for something? Like, did I purple bomb his brow? I don't know. Right. I think I just blanked out, and I was using a manscaping tool that was too big for your face.
Well, see, I don't know how this happened because, like, you know, I could see if it went like, I don't know, like line of latitude. It went like longitude.
I know.
Like, you know, so.
He's missing half a brow.
So we have come up with a solution. I've been getting a makeup treatment every day. She does like powder, makeups on me.
I'm really good at it.
Yeah, it really puts the brow back there. So.
But today I went a little hard on it.
Yeah, today she made me mean
and
looking.
Bree said she made you look mean.
Yeah.
And then I had to do Abby's makeup for her ballet recital, and she has a little scar in her brow just from falling. I mean, you know, kids. Anyways, I filled it in with makeup, and then Bree's like, "Stay away from people's brows, Mom." And I'm like,
The funniest thing is I let you back out my brow.
You had to.
Yeah.
I mean, it grows so quick. Good news is Scott's brow, he's got very fast growing hair.
I did look it up, and it said it could take up to 6 months.
But it's already growing in.
Yeah, but it still looks like half a brow.
Again, I'm sorry. Publicly, this is my apology. I do apologize. Maybe Santa will bring you a brow for Christmas.
Half a brow. Half brow.
Half brow.
Half brow.
Anyways,
all right.
On that note, you guys, we love you. This is 2023. We've been doing this since 2019.
Yep.
Will you have us for 5 more years? I hope so.
I hope so.
We love you guys so much. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year, and we'll see you in 2024. This podcast, as always, is for you and about you, and we're so glad you spent some time with us today. Hello, podcast fans. If you're looking for a new podcast, if you enjoy articles, books, pop culture, and hilarity, try listening to the Brain Candy Podcast.
That's right. The Brain Candy Podcast has over 500 episodes of educational hilarity to satiate your learning needs. Just search for the Brain Candy Podcast on your podcast app or click the link in the show notes.